All right, we're back for another week of Average Athletes on a Tuesday again. We had good numbers last week, our highest numbers ever actually last Tuesday. So we decided to go this Tuesday again, and our guests wanted to go on this Tuesday. So we're back today on Tuesday, and follow us on YouTube at Average Athletes, Apple Podcasts and Spotify Average Athletes, and then Twitter is Athletes Average. So give us a follow, DM us any recruiting, baseball, anything you have a question about. Most of our following are uncommitted athletes. So any question you have for us, just shoot us a DM. Rate us 5 stars on the podcast, and we'll read your 5-star review. And saying that, we have our guest today. I'll let him introduce.
What's up, guys? I'm Wes Weeks. I went to junior college with Harlan, and I actually went to high school with Tyler. I was at St. John's for 2 years, and then I transferred into UNF. Played there 3 years. I broke my hand my senior year at Florida, 9 games in, so I got a medical red shirt, which was pretty cool. So I got to finish out my degree there. I'm currently in graduate school at the University of Florida for sport management with a focus on player development.
For sure.
Yeah, me and Wes played at Clay for 2 years. Wes also played football here.
All right, Wes, do you have, like I said, most of our listeners are either guys in high school or JUCO guys that are looking to go somewhere. I've also seen a bunch of them that follow us that are kind of suffering from the COVID thing. So there's a bunch of people trying to transfer from schools that aren't playing this season. So any advice you have to a recruit that is either in high school looking for somewhere to play or in
high school, I was leaning on the fence when it came to picking what sport I really wanted to play in college. I really liked football, but going through the state playoffs, I got banged up, and I was like, I think I'd be better off playing baseball for my future and my career. So I don't know. I didn't get a huge offer to go play baseball, but I knew that my brother actually plays professional baseball for the Rockies, and I know that if he went to UNF, so I was like, okay, cool. Like, if you're good at baseball, people are gonna find you. If you're good at football, most of the time you're gonna get drafted from the big schools. All the kids that don't play will get drafted from the bigger school, but in baseball, you can go literally anywhere, and people will, they'll find you. Like, if you're good at baseball, they will find you.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of like my advice. Like, don't get discouraged that all your friends that are matured at the age of 16 that are going to Florida or like going to, Texas or LSU, all these giant baseball schools. There's late bloomers. Like, I'm sure you guys have seen the podcast with Andy Tolkien. Like, he used to suck. Like, he used to be the worst player on the team, and now he's still playing baseball. And we're sitting on a podcast talking about how we used to play baseball. You know what I mean? Like, and he went to junior college with Harlan. Like, you can just develop at any moment. So keep your opportunities open. Like, don't be frustrated and think like, oh, I got to go Division III. I got to go junior college. Don't think like that. Like, if you're good at baseball, they will find you.
Yeah, and piggyback off of that was I know, when we were going into college, I remember some of our buddies would, before I had committed, you and Andy had committed to the St. John's, and, some of the guys on the team would be like, oh, Viking Nation, blah, 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 kind of making a joke at just it was St. John's down the road, blah, blah, blah. But those 2 first years are huge in your development as a guy, as a boy transitioning to a man. 18, 19, 20 is huge. Get any at-bats, or you could go to St. John's and play every day. It's going to be way better for you in the long run. The name might not be what you want, but the development is going to be way better than you'll ever imagine.
Absolutely, dude. When I was at UNF, there was kids that came in that were, ranked in perfect game. We didn't have perfect game rankings when we were coming up. There was, but they weren't anything special. They were ranked perfect game. They were supposed to start as freshmen, and they didn't. And now they're bottom of the totem pole because they didn't develop. They just sat for 2 years.
Yeah.
Transferred, and now they're, 9-to-5ers, man.
Yeah, you talked about Andy. Like, thinking about Andy, if he would have went to, like, Missouri out of high school, I don't think he would be in the position he's in now, because I don't think he gets the playing time that he did at St. John's where he went. Well, it can definitely be the best route for you to go junior college to develop.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point of it. It's 2 years. You're there to play, to get better, to develop, and that's the whole purpose.
I mean, look at
I had a few friends that went D1, and I mean, 2 years in, I'm sitting there with 350 career college at bats, and they have 10. I mean, how can you? I mean, it's all about whatever it was, but they haven't played at all, and I got to sit there and play the whole time. So I don't know. I think it's just depends on. I mean, it's kind of like a luck thing. I feel like. I mean, if you go to a D1, you're starting. You win the starting position. I mean, it's badass. But
yeah, right.
But if you come in there and you don't start till 3 years later, I mean, how much better did you get in those 3 years not playing in any live games? I mean,
exactly. You don't get drafted and go to the big leagues. Like no
Right.
one's. I mean, there's with the exception of a few,
Yeah.
So I mean, if the highest level of profession in sports is professional baseball, and they have a farm system where they need you to develop, even though they're paying you millions of dollars, like, what is it to you to go to junior college for 2 years and then go to a LSU or go to a Georgia,
Yeah, I saw this earlier, and I quote tweeted it with the Average Athletes account earlier, but the actual D1 players that should never be stepping on a field in D3. I think it's really being comfortable with who you are, and there's D1 players on his team at Vanderbilt that shouldn't even be stepping on a field at the D3 level. So,
yeah.
I mean,
we all played with guys that we know were like way better than people we watched on TV playing wherever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll refer to that Chipola team again. They had 11 guys drafted that year. Like, it's just there's talent everywhere.
Yeah,
you just got to figure out where the best road is for you and what's going to put you in a professional baseball, like where if that's going to take you there, if that's your goal.
For sure, I agree, and I encourage everyone that listens to this. We haven't had someone yet. We have over 200 uncommitted people that follow us that haven't shot us a DM. But if y'all have any type of
and JUCO is so fun.
Oh yeah, and the school's a lot.
If that doesn't, if you don't get anything else out of it, it is so fun.
Yeah,
a lot of exposure too.
Yeah,
a lot of exposure in junior college.
So with that being said, we'll move to
on and off the field.
We'll move to game 4. So I had a few thoughts on it, just from knowing a few players that do play in the big leagues. I've met Mookie Betts. I know a few people. I know in high school and in junior college, you don't have that big crowd that's yelling and screaming. And really, in the MLB, they don't have that right now either. There's not really a bunch of fans. So when I saw that play come to fruition with the winning run coming home and the guy trips or whatever, and the first baseman cuts it off and quickly, like, if y'all saw, he palmed it. He like didn't even get a good grip on the ball. He palmed it and threw it home, and the catcher missed it. So I know in JUCO and in high school, or to just let it go through. But I know from Sherman and Mookie and from Bruce Maxwell, who just now got back with the Mets, in the big leagues, that's not on the catcher. The catcher says nothing. It's all the infielder's decision whether to cut, let it go through, hold it. It's all on the infielder. So I don't know, that play got me really thinking, because that cost him the whole game, was that first baseman cutting it off, rushing the throw, making the bad throw to the left, and that run scoring. So did y'all watch it, or would at least see the replay, see it live? What was y'all's reaction?
Yeah, I saw it. I don't know if he cut it because of the throw, if it was offline, or if it was a weak throw, if he read that, or if another infielder called out that the runner had tripped, or I don't know. but I didn't think it was the wrong move to cut it off because they still had the time.
Yeah, dude was hosed.
But yeah, so not a strong throw.
Yep.
That's what I would say.
Yeah.
But
I thought the catcher had the ball in his. But what happened? What I thought from an outfielder's perspective, I've never played the infield. So you throw the ball, he relays the guy fall. So he's like,
right.
He's coming in hot. We've got this guy hosed. The first baseman just threw it as a palm ball from flinging off your hand, and then the ball goes. So like, I think that not having I think him tripping actually won them. The ball is there, and then the ball doesn't fling out of his glove, because he hits him, and he's out.
So I saw him review it on MLB Network, which was really interesting. So the whole time, the catcher's eyes never lead. He never really looks at the runner. He never sees him trip. He's focused on the ball, and he's looking back and forth, and he's checking and checking. And then that last time,
who threw it in? What outfielder?
The center fielder threw it in. I don't know what his name is. I know he muffed it and tossed it into the air when he went to field it. But
it wasn't Peterson, was it?
I don't know.
No, I think it was Taylor.
I know when they reviewed it, the catcher. And I know this. The catcher started off to the right, which is common with catchers. You kind of start tilted to the right off the plate so that you can swipe your whole body through without blocking the plate. Omar said it. Chris Taylor was the outfielder. Thanks, Omar. And when he starts to the right, the first baseman not only throws him a palm ball changeup, he threw it with all fingers. But
and he told him that wrong.
The catcher left right before he releases it. So baseman not only threw him a changeup, but he threw it. I think that was a crazy way for that World Series. And I honestly thought the Rays would just win the next game just from momentum alone, but they didn't. So we have another game tonight to watch.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how that plays out. The Rays have good pitching, man. It's just their hitting. I'm not too sold on their hitting. Their top of their lineup is good. It's just question marks throughout the middle of the lineup. No. What a year, right?
That dude has carried them.
It's like that. Baseball's like that, man. I've had that moment in my life.
Yeah.
First week of the season.
They showed a clip of.
I remember that.
They showed a clip of all 27 of his postseason hits. Dude, if the ball's away, he's hitting it to the backside. If the ball's down the middle, he's hitting it straight up the middle. If the ball's inside, he's pulling it. It's perfect. If y'all can find that clip, it's amazing. It's outside, all right, I'm just gonna spray it for a double over this gap over here. Oh, it's inside. Let me yank it for a homer. It's insane.
I wish it was that easy.
If he makes a clean catch and throw.
Three of us have completely different reasons on why they won that game. Or what happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pretty interesting to see, especially since we all come from similar sports backgrounds. But we all three played different positions.
We played those three positions: catcher first.
We all we could have been the relay.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny to think about it that way. Is that there's we played three different positions, and
that's why
we have completely different outcomes on why it happened.
That's why when that happened, Bruce Maxwell, who was a catcher in the big leagues, that in the big leagues, the whole relay, the catcher says nothing. It's all on the infield. The info in Valdosta, St. John's, it's all on the catcher to say where the ball goes once it's thrown. Once the outfielder throws it, it's up to me to say either cut 2, cut 3, don't say anything, it comes through, or relay, which means catch it and keep it coming. But in the bigs, they don't do that because of the crowd. So I'm curious to know with no crowd if they were all right, now that these relays are happening, it's all on the catcher again because you're going to be able to hear everything.
Or maybe he might have heard the third baseman, or Kinsley Jansen wasn't backing up home. He might have said something.
Yeah.
Who knows?
There's so many things that played into that. It's just, we'll never know.
So we'll transition. 93-year-old Bobby Bowden, coach of FSU, brought FSU to the promised land. He got COVID. He got COVID-19. Was hospitalized twice. Got to come back home, and he actually wrote just kind of a press release letter about how hard it was for him to recover from the virus, but that he's doing well.
Yeah, he's older than dirt.
Yeah, and that he's so thankful to God that this virus so that I can go out. I'm talking about people are tweeting at the tweet saying like, wow, COVID-19 can take all these people, but they can't kill this old racist. And I'm like, bro. There's tweets saying, so the man that built his whole career off the backs of black men. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, people were letting him have it, bro. What are y'all's thoughts on those people just blasting Bobby Bowden?
I just think if you're not a politician, it's such a dangerous thing right now.
Yeah.
I had some lady come up to. Funny you guys mentioned this in the podcast. I was walking with my dog yesterday, and I had this lady who's always out there, like, you know, walking her dog, come up to me and goes, "Hey, I don't want to alarm you, but I would stack up on food for about 10 days." I was like, "Why?" And she was like, "Just be prepared." I was like, "Okay." Like, I was like, "So are you going to tell me, like, why?" And she goes, "You know, maybe just the politics and stuff like that." I was like, if someone gets elected that, like, the majority doesn't like.
Going back to, like, Twitter, social media is just so jaded anyways. Like, people are going to write the most out there thing because they can hide behind their phone or their computer. And, like, there's no accountability in it, you know? So you can say or whatever, and you're just going to get another tweet at you. Like, who cares? So that's why that happens. Social media is dangerous. Like, I don't know. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's just important. I think everyone, like, you see it on TV, you see it on every football commercial. Like, whoever's listening to this, like, go vote. Like, it's important. Like,
yeah.
Our parents have, like, what, 30 more years or whatever, hopefully. But that older generation that is always the most popular in voting, like, they don't run the show anymore. Like, it's us, you know? So, like, if you're 18 or 16 or however old you are eligible to vote, like, go do it, you know? And I don't really like talking politics, you know. It's not what I studied in school. Never been, like, into it, but it's important stuff, man. Regardless of who you vote for, like, respect to everybody else who votes for one side or the other. But yeah, I think if you open your mouth about who you want, and someone has something to say.
Both sides don't want to be respectable of the other side. But we actually got a comment from Tyler about Tyler Dials. He said, "Hey, can one of you guys talk about a Fanduel scenario for tonight? If you could pick 5 guys tonight on offense of the side of the ball, who do you have between the teams combined?" I'll go ahead and tell you, I'm picking Will Smith from the. I don't know who my other 2 would be, but I would definitely have those 3. Oh, the shortstop for the Dodgers. What's his name?
How about Corey Seager and Justin
Corey Seager, easy. Dude's hitting nukes every game.
Turner.
So what does he want? What's his question? Like, if they get a hit?
So FanDuel's like, and I've never used it, Tyler, so I could be getting this wrong. But FanDuel's like, you pick a certain amount of players, and based on how good they do, it's kind of like fantasy, but
like, you get points.
You get points, and then you can win money if you pick, like, the top lineup. Like, if you pick 5 guys, and those 5 guys are the top 5 between both teams that get the most hits, you'll win money.
Yeah, gotcha.
But yeah, he just asked us to pick 5. I mean, I know I went, like, big names there, but I mean, every time I watch them, those guys are
roll with the high hand. Roll with the high hand. Like, who's pitching for Tampa Bay? Snell?
Yeah.
Okay, don't pick a lefty. Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't pick a lefty to get a hit. Like, go Justin Turner and go, you know. I don't know, do your research. I've never done FanDuel, but look at how the players in, you know, LA's lineup hit against left-handed pitching.
Yeah, Snell's throwing for the Rays.
Huh?
Snell's throwing for the Rays.
Snell's throwing.
Yeah, like, just do a little bit of research, bro. If you do a little research, you'll find a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm not picking who you should spend your money on, bro.
I don't bet. I don't do sports betting.
I don't need painted name.
I don't get involved in that. Dude, I like Hunter Renfroe. His swing is
Like that's who he came up with. It's insane.
Yeah.
Before
I think that dude rakes.
Yeah, he does.
All right, so the next one was, I know Wes had a comment about this. Omar said, don't pick Mookie. Snell dominates Mookie. All right, don't pick Mookie.
That's what I'm saying. Do a little bit of research. Good job, Omar.
Boy, Omar.
Bueno.
It comes with no charger or headphones. And it's still over $1,000 phone. Like, bro, when I see that kind of stuff, I'm like, they come out and they're like, oh, well, we want to help the environment and we don't want to put out all these charges that people don't need. And I'm like, bro, I mean, you're not putting they sell the charger for like $30. You're not going to put a $30 charger in it and you're not going to put any headphones in it. Yeah, it's the same price. Like, how does that add up? I don't.
Do you need the new charger? Because over time, that old charger, the end of it gets broken. So you look forward to the new one.
It's incredible.
Here's the thing, though, bro. Is like you're looking at it from a different perspective. Like, let's look at it from like being an Apple employee or an Apple guru. Like every year, someone like that. I've got iPhone chargers from when I had the 5, still in the bag.
Yeah.
They're like rusty, but they still work. You know what I mean? So if I can get some person who's invested to get $1,000 phone every single year, or every 2 years we drop a phone, buy the $30 charger, because even though they're mad at me, they're still gonna buy it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like they're dumb.
Well,
I'm on an Apple computer right now, so if it shuts off because I'm talking, you know what happened.
I'm gonna need them to drop the price now that they don't have to put a charger or headphones in every single box.
They're not gonna. People are still buying the phone.
I'm not.
Is the phone any different? Is it any
Yeah, the sides are squared off now instead of rounded. Bro.
But as far as the specs, the camera, the data,
camera's slightly
how
better.
much it holds.
There's things that are slightly better, like every year.
Yeah,
slightly better. I'm not getting that.
I'm not a huge phone person. I don't know a lot about them. As long as mine works, I'm pretty good. But
yeah,
I
like having a new phone. I like having new stuff. I mean, I have a 10, I think. But
yeah, that's what I got.
It's not like I'm run. As soon as the iPhone drops, I'm not. If I didn't know about I would be hot, dude.
Yeah, dude. I'd be like, what? I got scammed.
I would be tight. I'd be like, somebody took my headphones and charger out of my box. Before I got home.
Do you think people buy the new phones every year because Apple got caught slowing down old phones to basically make those people buy new ones? So do you think people just go ahead and buy new ones because they don't want their phone to slow down?
Maybe if they have the money. If I had the money, yeah, I'd do it.
Yeah. Man, we're on the 10. We're on the 10, Wes. We got to step up here in about a year, probably, bro.
All right.
Yeah.
Harlan's probably got the 12. Harlan probably bought the new one, and he knows about this because he didn't get a headphone or a charger.
No.
Sent it back.
No, I just follow all the tech stuff, so I know that's what they did. I got a new phone last year, so I don't need this one.
Well, what they said, I saw a meme on Instagram. I think he has a phone, just buying the box.
Box of air.
All right, we'll move on to. We call them JUCO bandit stories. They can be from high school, college, JUCO, D1, D2, whatever. While y'all think about, I always give Johns, and everybody was on the bus, and Matthew Rhodes, which is. This guy's quite a character if y'all don't know him. He was not on the bus. And our coach is asking, where the hell is Rhodes? Miles Straw, where's Rhodes? Where the hell is Rhodes? He lives in Barrington. So we're supposed to leave anyone that's not on the bus. If you're not on the bus at the right time, we're leaving. But for Matthew Rhodes, we stayed for about 5 to 10 minutes. Most of the players lived. And about, I'd say 7 to 8 minutes late, you see Matthew Rhodes running down the street in his pajamas with a twin-size mattress walks into the bus. I'm sorry, I'm late, Coach. I'm good to go. I got all my stuff. I said, what in the world is going on here? I mean, that is like the most classic JUCO story. I don't even think our coach has said anything. I don't even think Jones said. I think he just shook his head, and they closed the bus doors, and we just started going. And I was in the middle of the bus. All right, one of y'all can go ahead.
Go ahead, Wes.
All right. I remember freshman year of junior college, we always had duties and stuff like that before, hazing was a thing. Like people weren't allowed to haze each other. So freshmen always had duties, and mine was putting, I don't even know what it was. I think the bucket of balls, like our practice ball, our BP balls, in the back of this bus you see on like holes or something where there's transporting, bad kids. So we have this one had like a bigger like unit in the back where you can like shove a bunch of stuff. Well, my job was to be like last one with the bucket of balls, has to lock the thing or whatever. So that was my job. I was like, all right, cool. So we're going to South Georgia, 3.5-hour bus trip. We ride up there. So everybody puts the last stuff in. I'm the last one back there. Dude's cranking up the bus. So I like lock it, like lock the lock on the back of the bus. It's got everyone's bats, everyone's gloves, helmet. I mean, everything. Bus last, and I hear our assistant coach, who the fuck locked the bus? I was like, in the back, I was like, what's going on over there? He was like, what jackass locked the bus? I was like, oh no. I was like, that was me. So I'm sitting there like, I'm like, yo, we're like, is someone not supposed to lock it? Acting like I don't know what's going on. He goes, no, because we don't have a key. And I was like, why is there a lock on the back of the bus if there's no key to it?
Yeah.
So like, I'm dead. And like, he had a key. He was like, I will never put you on that ever again. I was like, thanks.
Weren't we at that like small D2 school when that happened?
No, bro. We went to South Georgia. That was when
South
that guy
Georgia.
backed into
He hit the sign.
He took the wrong turn and dude motored over the sign.
Dude, he completely bent a stop sign. Just didn't even care. Bam.
We had.
Huh?
Oh, that's. But we had like the school had an event like Saturday night in like the student center where there's like pool tables, ping pong, like that kind of stuff. We had a bowling alley. They had like an event, a school event. And so like freshmen were like, oh, cool, like let's go. So a lot of the kids went on a team, and one kid went and he like went home with this girl, missed workouts the next morning because he had like went out and partied after. And like haven't seen him. He was like, well, what'd you guys do last night? And we were like, we went to the school event thing, like the little get together, whatever it was. And he was like, oh, so y'all were out partying? And we were like, no, I mean, we were back by like 10, like no big deal. Dude, this dude, he legit cut the kid that missed workouts. And then we that had shown up for workouts had to run 8 miles of an Indian run around the fields and like did what they were supposed to do, had to run for this kid. And it was the worst thing ever. One kid, like the first 2 laps, Trey Johnson, you guys know him. He was like throwing up already. It was miserable, but like that was just like a JUCO thing where the coach cuts the kid but punishes the team still for doing nothing wrong.
Even though the kid's off the team.
Yeah,
he legit was done.
That was the worst about junior. He won, bro. They didn't do that. They were just like, that kid's an idiot. He's off the team. We're like, all right.
Yeah. Oh, another story. This is at Valdosta. We had a kid fail a drug test like before the season starts, and then the team votes the guy as team captain. Yeah. And I was like, what? I was like, what kind of team is this? Like, well, looking back, like it makes a lot of sense. The kids we played with at Valdosta, but like we voted this kid that has a 10-game suspension because he failed a pot test. and now he's our team captain. He's out. He was dealing them drugs, and that's why he got the leadership role, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, dude, this is nuts. But that also was a freaking crapshoot anyway.
Yeah. All right, so now we have the most popular segment of the show, which is Explain That Image. We have a pick for Wesley here.
Yeah, I haven't even seen it either, Wes. I'm kind of excited.
I'm interested. I know of two things it could be.
Can y'all see that? I'm not going to show it for long so that nobody can zoom in or nothing, but...
That's me, bro.
What? What happened?
No, bro. 3 or 4 showers, rinse away your bad game, you know, all that kind of stuff. We had probably one, I don't know, maybe one, and we had like, I think everybody's in the shower, so I walk in there, and I'm like, dang, all the showers taken. And I'm like looking to see who's in the big one, and I see Harlan pull the curtain back. Come on in, man. So this thing's got a seat so I can sit in it, no biggie. And then, you know, somebody rolled up. I don't know who took that picture.
It was Kozlowski.
That looks like a Hunter Alexander photo.
It was Kozlowski.
Oh.
Yeah, so. Yeah, that's the pick.
It wasn't even that bad. Like, we were literally just like, that room is huge. Like, the picture doesn't do it justice. Like, that shower is like a bigger one. So we were just taking turns, like, showering. But, of course, but, yeah.
Yeah, must have been nice to have even a locker room in high school, Harlan.
This ain't even nice as my high school.
Yeah. I thought that was a luxury. We had a locker room. I was like, sweet, I'll commit right now, bro. If I don't got to get changed in the truck, let's go.
Alright, so we don't have.
Yeah, we didn't take showers. We'd show up crusty. We'd practice, go to McDonald's, be all sweaty and full of McDoubles, and we'd go play and wax jokers.
Wax. We only have a few more. So Tyler won.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Who wins tonight and by how much? Let's see who's favored.
Probably the Rays with Snell.
Yeah, the Rays win tonight.
I'm gonna go Rays by 2.
Who's starting for the Dodgers?
Tony Gosling?
That long-haired righty.
Tony
Who?
Gosling.
Gosleo or something. He's not bad.
I don't even know. You said 2, bro, so I don't know.
Pick
I don't think the World Series is over tonight. So.
Game 7 would be sweet. But I think the Dodgers are going to win tonight by 4.
Dodgers by 4.
They're going to get to Snell early. Shake them up.
All right, that leads us to the Would You Rather. We have no suggestions. Good thing I have 3 of them. Would you rather have unlimited international first-class tickets for the rest of your life or never have to pay for food for the rest of your life?
Food. 1,000%.
I'm probably going food too, honestly. I don't travel that much. But free...
Trap, like a car there, food there. What you do there as far as like tourism. It ain't, the trip ain't free. Like the travel there might be, but no. Food forever? Dude, I'm eating dang root.
You can pay for that international ticket, and then your food's still going to be free. So, I mean, that's a big part of, like, a vacation.
Yeah.
Easy. That's an easy one.
We all went food.
Dude, food is expensive.
Good call, man.
Would you rather be able to... This one's going to intrigue me because of Wes. I feel like Wes... I don't know why. I just feel like Wes has, like, asked himself these questions sometimes. Would you rather be able to talk to land animals, animals that fly, or animals that live underwater?
That's easy.
Really?
Water.
Water animals for sure, man.
You wouldn't want to talk to your dog, though?
That's what I'm saying. I'd probably rather talk to land animals. I see them a lot more.
Bro, to stick your head underwater and ask like a dolphin or a fish and be like, yo, like what's really out there? Like, tell me what's really out there. Or tell that shark not to eat me.
Yeah.
I would be in the ocean 24/7.
Hey, shark, what's up? And he says, yeah, I'm about to eat you. That's what he's going to tell you.
I'd say, cool. Well, a dog's probably going to be like, hey, what's up? I'm about to be in your house. Regardless.
I think land animal would definitely be last because we see those the most. Like we're not as curious as those animals.
I'm picking land because I see them more, so I'd talk to them more often.
Yeah,
I don't want to talk to them.
If that door was open, when you could just speak to all like water creatures, like
that's true.
Like, you would be in the ocean all the time. The orca would a brawl over like some lady orcas. She's got all the blubber.
Yeah. Oh, I'd be pissed if another orca was trying to get on my lady, bro.
All right. Would you rather be married to a 10 with a horrible personality or a 6 with an amazing personality?
6. Looks are overrated.
I'm probably going 6 too. I thought for sure
They're not.
I thought for sure Wes would go 10. I don't know why. I just did.
What? No,
Yeah.
bro. 6 with a 6 probably has more natural beauty. Let's just think of it that way.
Yeah, right. But Wes needs some creative. But no, but like a 6 ain't bad.
No, dude.
What's wrong with that? And she 6
right,
looks,
Wes.
but with that personality, she's an 8, 9 now.
Wes,
bro.
a 10 with no personality or a Palatka 6?
Huh?
Huh?
10.
All right.
That's easy. Black girls smell like sulfur water.
All right, Wes.
Mission T.
Wes, you have anything you want to shout out?
That's kind of my whole life. I recently found that out. I didn't get drafted out of college. I thought I would, but it's not the end of the world. To more connections and more relationships and stuff like that. Meet as many people as you can. That's another thing.
Networking.
Because you never know. You never know what that person's going to do. Yeah, that's probably all I got to say.
That's facts. That's probably our best one.
It's not always what you know, but who you know.
Absolutely. All you need is an opportunity. Or go find another job. I mean, everyone's got that issue. I mean, yeah. You look at the person that's telling you no. They've been told no in something. Take advantage of that. People are going to do bare minimum nowadays. They're going to be lazy. All you got to do is try a little bit harder than that guy or that girl. And you're going to be successful, man. It's that easy. People.
Facts.
Shout out Wes for getting his master's degree.
Appreciate it, man.
Nice.
Hopefully
trying to
run the Jags one day.
Well, Wes got to shout something out.
That'd be sweet.
Timo shouted him out. I'm shouting out Athletes Average on Twitter, Average Athletes on podcast, Average Athletes on YouTube. Rate us 5 stars. And then I'm about to put Wes on the spot again without him knowing. Wes, play the podcast out with a song. Anything you want.
Play the podcast out with a song?
Yep. Our guest picked the song that we play out.
I got to play the song?
No. I play
Omar
on the podcast.
Omar asked, what are you studying, Wes?
Oh, I had my undergrad in sport management at UNF, and now I'm studying sport management masters at UF. But my focus is on event management and player development. So like how to run like a facility and players.
Right.
So
shout out to the guys listening today, Omar, Tyler.
We had a few on Twitter that were too scared to comment. I saw them on there. So you uncommitted guys that are really scared, we're not scary, I promise. Wes,
yes.
You pick a song and we play it out. I just put it at the end of the podcast and we play them out to it. So.
By EBEN. Eben.
Even. Sad song.
There's too many sad songs.
All right.